Hello?
Podcast time, boyo. You're 5 minutes late.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. I knew it.
You're the worst. All right, we're waiting.
Going the whole day.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, all right, yeah, bye. He's been going the whole day, Dan.
Oh, what's he been doing?
Just going, like just.
I've been going the whole day.
Doesn't everyone go the whole day? This is, I mean, not to the bathroom, but sometimes to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, I haven't been doing it.
Turn on your echo cancellation. There we go. Yeah, so how's life? Dan and Demand Guys is here instead of Commonwealthy Picker.
Oh, yes. It's going okay.
Yeah,
Wait, is that what you asked me? I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous, Dan? It's just the Trash to Cash crap cast.
This is the pinnacle.
It's the big show. Yeah, it's the big show.
It is the pinnacle. I told my brother. My brother's my roommate, and I'm like, I got a big podcast recording tonight.
I want to meet your brother. Can you bring him in, or he's not going to do that?
There's no chance he's going to do that.
No chance. Okay, you going to bring him to some event or something so I can meet him?
He probably won't come to that either.
Is he older or younger?
He's older. I have two brothers, but I live with my older brother.
What are you, like 40, Dan?
Oh man, I hate when because I'm gonna tell you how old I am, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it makes it worse." I'm going to be 40. I'm 44.
Oh, you're 44. Okay, I thought you were gonna say you were like 30, and I way aged you. That would have been worse.
No.
It's better to guess young. It's better to guess young.
Well, 44 sounds pretty. If you've been following me around, you probably feel sorry for me after I tell you I'm 44. But it was
44. And how old's your brother?
He's probably 46 then. He's like 2 years.
He's close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have a younger brother that's 42.
Okay. And you guys, we're just filling time while we wait for Carrie, guys, because he's late for the podcast, of course. So we can talk a little bit. Dan resells mostly clothes, right?
Yeah, clothes.
Yeah, soiled underpants,
clothing
things like
shoes.
that. Your own bath water was something you got into for a little while. Did you hear about the bath water thing with Sabrina Carpenter?
No, I thought you were talking about
or someone else. Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, really?
Sweeney. Yeah, I guess Squatch, the company that makes like the soap and stuff, they're selling like a soap that's got her bath water infused in it, and it's like selling out instantly.
I was just thinking about that ride that shut down in Disney. They were selling the water.
Oh, yeah, Splash Mountain. Yeah, Splash Mountain.
Okay,
Have you ever been to that Disney?
I went to Disney World in like 1991, maybe.
So like
I'm sure Disney's like way different now.
It's definitely changed
like a
little
punch
bit. Yeah,
I had a punch ticket when I went.
That would be cool. It was like $20 to get into Disney back then. Now it's like $180 a day or something like that.
We went
crazy
because I lived in South Carolina, and we would go down. I went every year for like 3 years in a row. My parents, we stayed at different places there. They have like a tree house. We stayed in a tree house one year.
You stayed in a tree house?
Yeah, there was the first year was like a regular condo. Okay. I don't know if they're affiliated with Disney.
Yeah.
The second year was a tree. It was a tree house.
A tree house. Well, they have a lot of resorts. Like they've got the sports resort, the movie resort. Then they got the fancy hotels. There is a tree house at Magic Kingdom. Did they just leave you in the park overnight so they didn't have to pay for multi-day?
No.
They're like, Dan, we're just gonna hide in here, and then we're just gonna sleep, and then in the morning, it's like we're in the clubhouse.
It was like in a tree, and it stormed. I remember it storming, and the bus dropped us off. I remember I was in a tree house.
All right, guys, comment below if you remember the Disney treehouse. It must be a thing, but we could ask Chad GPT, see what he says.
Early 90s.
Yeah, 90s were a wild time. We were also listening to swing music, Dan, just randomly. Zoot Suit Riot and all that. That was a thing for some reason. So how are your feet? Let's get the foot update while we wait for Carrie. This is going to be a reselling podcast, heavy reselling content, but let's start off with Dan's feet.
I'm very excited to finally be on I'm very excited to be on a regular reselling podcast.
Yeah, Dan's on another crappy podcast normally. The Leftovers, Reseller Leftovers podcast.
Yes, Reseller Leftovers. Say it correctly.
Yeah, what did I call it? Isn't that what I said? What did I call it?
Every other. Well, you might have said Leftovers this time.
Oh, because I just said Leftovers?
Well, sometimes you say, if you say just Leftovers, that's fine too, I think. Sometimes you like hint at it being the locker room or clickbait. Leftovers.
Yeah. The Left podcast.
Yes.
It's very political now. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Joe tries to make political every week.
I don't understand.
I try to hold it down.
Yeah, okay, so your feet. Mostly we're here to talk about Dan's feet. It's my favorite segment of his podcast. Let's bring it over here. Tell me about your feet. How have they been today?
They hurt. They hurt today because it's Sunday, and Sunday is the day I have to watch my dog the entire day.
Well, that's pretty normal, Dan.
No.
Like, you act like that's a big, heavy lift there. I've got to watch my dog that I'm responsible to watch.
My mom watches him.
What do you mean she watches him? I never understood that. Dogs just are self-sustaining, Dan.
Not
no one
this
needs
dog.
to watch the dog. Like,
Nope.
it's just there.
Nope.
Hey,
Not
Carrie,
my
welcome
dog.
in. Welcome in.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
Carrie.
What's up?
We're talking
Not
about Dan's mom watching his dog, and I was trying to figure out why she needs to watch him. She just sits there and, like, looks at him.
No, this dog, like, well, he walks all day, and
Okay.
he's very needy.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a, dude, I can show you.
Oh, you
Dodger.
see him. Dodger, wake up.
Dodger.
Hey, buddy.
Is he dead? This is what she needs to watch? Just his dog laying in a bed?
He's mad right now. He's mad.
That's what she watches, though, just him laying in that bed.
Yeah, well, like, she takes him for a walk. He walks to the park.
Okay.
And I'm going to get, well, I don't know. I might get roasted from people. They're going to be upset. So he goes on walks, and he gets lunch. He gets his belly rubbed, and he hangs out all day.
So he's
with-
spoiled rotten, is what you're telling me.
Oh,
about
yeah,
this
he's
dog.
absolutely spoiled.
rotten.
So,
Okay.
like, on Sundays, my mom doesn't watch him, so I have him the whole day. So we
Wow.
got up this morning, I take him for his walk, but the whole day, you can't do anything. Like, he came home yesterday, and I was still taking pictures to list. I list my clothing from my bed. I put a backdrop across my bed, and I take pictures flat laying on my bed. And he, like, stands right at the foot of my bed where I've taken the pictures.
So is he in a lot of your inventory's photos?
No, because I work while my mom watches them. So tomorrow morning at 8:30, she'll pick him up, and then I go pick him up after when I drop off my packages.
This
She's
dog
like
sounds so spoiled.
Well, he was found on the streets.
Okay.
He was running the streets of Texas, and he got shipped
Yeah.
up here to Indiana. And
Ah.
I found him in a.
You shipped him? Like, FedEx?
No. He got, like, he was rescued.
Media mail.
Texas is like a kill state. They
Oh,
would
really?
like euthanize. They like I mean, I can't. So people from Texas would probably know, I guess, but a lot of times they'll take up here. They go and they rescue dogs and they transport them back up here to. I mean, all over the country, but they transported them up here from Texas, and I lost my dog. My other dog died, and so then I needed a new dog. So I found him on the internet, and I went and picked him up.
All right. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. We saved all the reselling talk. We knew you'd want to be in on any reselling talk, so we kept it to dog talk.
Okay.
I thought that would be kind of good. So how was your reselling life? Carrie's been going all day, he said.
Well, no, what was funny is you called and I had totally forgotten. Completely.
Yeah, which is weird because I texted you like 30 minutes ago and said,
Not about
don't forget
this,
that. And he
though.
like
I
thumbs
don't-
it up. Yeah, you
Did
like
you?
literally said, I'll be
Oh,
there.
maybe.
Did I?
Well, that was like 6 hours ago. That wasn't 30
I'm gonna
minutes
look.
ago.
I'm gonna look.
Check
I'll
what
tell you.
time it was.
Okay, I'll look at that.
I've been like editing and then I went outside and sat down.
It
like,
was 6:22 p.m.
Yeah, that's 3 hours ago, man. You expect me to remember
No,
that?
it's 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I was sitting there, like, do you ever have that feeling where, like, you feel like you have nothing, but, like, you know somewhere deep in the recesses of your mind you should be somewhere doing something?
Yeah, every
I
day
had
of my
forgotten.
life, dude. Every day of my life.
I'd forgotten.
I like make this calendar of things I'm gonna do, and then I schedule 7 things over it just instantly. Like, I was supposed to go to the chiropractor at 4 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to Epcot. I don't know.
There you go.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Screw the chiropractor.
Yeah, that's
my back
Florida
will heal
life.
itself.
I was tempted to go, but I got to do a whatnot, man. I got like all these cards I bought at the card show this weekend.
You need a
so I
whatnot.
move 'em.
You gotta do him a dip. You gotta do a dip.
Dude, isn't it crazy,
do
Dan?
dip
He's
too.
such a turncoat. You wouldn't even believe it. He's selling on Whatnot
do
all the
both.
time. If you
I gotta
watch
do both, man.
Dan's podcast, Joe and Mike are fighting the good fight, yelling at Dan for doing Whatnots all the time, and we never give Carrie a hard time. We're just nicer friends than Mike and Joe.
I was
are,
gonna
though.
do a whatnot last night, but I felt guilty, so I was like, I won't. Do
I
it.
don't. You can do whatever you want. I do.
Dude, you know
both.
what you do, Dan? Invite Carrie on and let Joe and Mike flay him for selling on Whatnot.
I think
instead
I
of
was
you.
on Dibdit
Take the target
cards
off your back.
3 times last week and Whatnot twice. So I mean, I'm doing more Dibdit cards typically.
my goal, I have a very small goal, and I don't know.
I'm just doing live shows, man.
Why
That's what I do.
I'm like this, but I just want to pass Carrie's sales numbers on Dibdick cards now. I'm getting competitive, Carrie. We're gonna have to battle here.
Well, I mean, you're doing a different thing. It's much easier to, do it selling singles. That would be impressive. Doing it selling
you should try
is
the
not
singles
impressive.
show, Dave.
Dan, did you see the card we broke last night?
I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh! All right,
missed
fill
it.
time, guys.
As soon as we get more breakers on Dibdick cards, they'll be the number 1 sellers on Dibdick cards because that's just the nature of the beast.
Dan,
they're the big
opened.
dogs.
Okay, do you know the Hot Duke? Friend of the show, Hot Duke. Maybe you've seen him in your comments. Okay,
so.
regardless, we got a Guardians of the Galaxy box and did a break with it. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and one of the cards we pulled. What's that?
Chris Pratt, did you? Is it a Chris Pratt? Are you serious?
I'm serious, bro. We got a Chris Pratt numbered to 25, Dan.
Because I was watching your video and you're like, you can get a Chris Pratt.
We got a freaking Chris Pratt. It's like
you're
loose.
like one of those. You are one of those lucky guys,
bro. It's loose. It's like an $1,100 card. Loose.
It's low number too. You can get like an index card signed by Chris Pratt if you authenticate it, $200-300. So,
and Hot Duke paid $20 for the slot, and I'm just like, wow, that is some crazy luck. So $20 for a $1,000
It can happen,
card.
man.
It's
crazy.
Happen. It's possible.
Open packs.
But what, like, I feel like it's kind of good that I just slowly break better and better things for people because now I've done like a $100 card, a $200 card, now $1,000. So when I pull the Caitlin Clark and it goes to Jot the Dot or something, it won't break my face or soul or anything like that.
You're a newbie. You're gonna have a week or two where you don't pull anything. That's what happens.
Oh,
when
I've
you
had
break.
that happen already.
Yeah, when you break, I don't even know if
We've
it's
had
hot
some
and cold
non-breaks.
streaks, but like sometimes they go, sometimes they don't.
This is the way I look at it,
product was
though,
cool.
Carrie.
Guardians of Galaxy was cool. Like people enjoyed looking at all the other cards.
That's the way I look at it. As long as the cards themselves are cool regardless, then it's okay. Like, as long as, okay, you paid $20 for, 5 cards, but they're 5 cool cards, like really cool cards, then to me it's like, all right, well, everyone's getting something cool. There's a chance someone gets something crazy, but that's the whole idea with buying cards at Walmart, too. Like, Callie buys the Squishmallow cards because she likes them all. And if she happened to get a numbered 1 of 1 or something, that'd be sick. But it's not, she doesn't go in there buying them with the anticipation that that's going to happen.
Exactly.
Wow, that's
cards. Cards is a.
Dan bought in on one of my breaks.
Yeah, I bought it. Stranger Things, the first one.
I don't think you got anything huge though, right?
No, you laughed when you opened up my pack.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I need to be kinder when I open Dan's packs. That's he can. Okay, we didn't finish hearing about your feet. Let's get back into it. Tell us about your feet, Dan.
Well, they're flatter by the day. I was diagnosed with flat feet, which is my arch is collapsed, I guess. I don't know when.
So, like, you can physically see, like, the bottom of your feet or, like, the bottom of this remote.
Oh, I can't see the bottom of my feet. Yeah,
well, if you were laying down and I looked at the bottom of your feet, though, it would look like this.
Probably.
Let's set that up.
I did break a blood vessel in my toes.
Ooh, have you been to a podiatrist?
No.
Have you tried acupuncture?
I have not.
These are all things I wouldn't try, but it'd be fun to see you try them. Like I'd watch a whole YouTube channel about this, Dan. Dan's feet on YouTube.
They hurt really because I was on a walk today. So they hurt today.
Speaking, Kevin's not here, so no one's gonna stop me. And Carrie's zoned out. So speaking of foot fetishes, did you know 1 in 20 people have one? I didn't know that.
Really?
So like our group of close friends, like we probably have 20 people in that group. One of us is probably a foot fetish guy. This is the Trash Cash podcast.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't.
Feet are gross.
But then, listen.
The ground is gross. Like it's full of trash and needles and asbestos and fentanyl. Apparently, I don't want to deal with it.
People wear shoes, Carrie. People
but what do you think happens? You take your shoes off every time you walk in. You drag it around your house. Then you touch the bottom of your shoes. Then you touch your face, and then it's everywhere.
Well, as someone who worries about germs, Carrie, are you the kind of guy who wants to take his shoes off in someone's house or leave them on in someone's house?
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess since I don't have to live there, probably just leave them on.
Okay, because you don't want their
Because I
germs
know
touching your feet. In your own house, do you have a no shoe rule? You probably should.
No. I wear them. I'm just saying, like, that's something I would think about, though. I'm not saying I
take my shoes off.
I'm not saying like I force myself to live like that because that's ridiculous, but I still can't help but think it, if that makes sense. Like,
well, there's
worry
whole
about it
countries that live that way. It's not ridiculous, like the no shoes in the house rule. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do it growing up in my house. We had to take our shoes off in the front room when we got in, and then I guess our socks we could just slide around everywhere. That's what we did.
That's kind of fun. All right, so Dan is the reseller here. I mean, me and Carrie are resellers too, but Dan actually sells on eBay.com. Is that what's called eBay.com?
eBay.com.
How do you eBay.com?
eBay?
It's something. I used to use it. I can't recall. So Dan, tell us about the life of a six-figure clothing reseller.
That's
Sorry, I meant
me.
six finger. You have six fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. I've been grinding this week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going crazy because I didn't do very well this year so far. So then I took a break. Not a break. I don't want to tell. I got floors put in my house, and people are gonna. If you listen to me, that's all I've talked about. So like I stopped sourcing.
Were they like extra soft floors for your feet, so they wouldn't hurt as much?
I don't want to keep like hardwood floor or not like floors.
Did you think about doing like cushions? Because your feet hurt, you could do cushion floors, like at the gymnastics place.
I didn't really have any.
It's got to be expensive though.
Levels, Jerry, levels.
I didn't have a say in what the floors they put in.
Dan, you probably get that. Aren't you a Seinfeld guy?
I am a Seinfeld.
Levels, Jerry, levels.
I do love Seinfeld. Seinfeld's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm more of like what's the TV show from back then that I watched?
Nosferatu, the animated series.
Dude, I wish.
Saved by the Bell.
We should make that. Saved by the Bell, when the lawn gets out of mowing and you never think you're gonna make it all time.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Something like that. Oh, that one's good. They tried to remake that too. I was reading like in the early 2000s with Kevin Hart, and it was about I think it was like the opposite though, a rich kid going to live in Philadelphia with his family that was working class basically
with a blank check.
Nobody liked it. No, it was literally kind of based off. It was like a opposite Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but people didn't like it because like it didn't hit. It was like just didn't work.
I found Echo jean shorts.
Kevin Hart was too short, I think, was the issue.
Yeah. Are Echo jean shorts any good? Brand new with tags, size like 38, Dan?
I actually have some listed.
Would you buy those from the bins?
I would get them from the bins.
I paid like $1 a piece for the pairs, brand new. Yeah. What do you think I can get for them if I were to sell them on eBay? Obviously, I'm not, but I could at least like give people an idea. Are they $15? Yeah, jean shorts, brand new with the tag.
I feel like you could probably ask like close to $30 for them.
Okay, all right.
I think that's what I have mine listed for.
What could you sell them for though, Dan?
Close to 30. Between 20 and 30, like 25, $30, I would think.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. So
I mean, that's what I like. I mean, not like, but that's what I live my life in that range.
Are you a cargo short guy or a pant? Like, what do you wear, Dan? You a jean guy, a khaki? I've never seen below his shoulders, Carrie. You would think it's a good question. It's interesting.
I mean, that's debatable if it's interesting. It's a question.
Well, because it's since COVID, I've never worn anything
pants
other than
since then.
Yeah, he is.
I wear shorts.
He is what they call Winnie the Poohing all up in there.
Wait, you wear what, Dan? Sweatpants? Is that what you said?
Sweatpants and sweat shorts.
T-shirt on, butt cheeks out.
Like just, yeah.
That's too hot for Florida. I can't live the sweat life. I can't. It stinks because I got captured by the cargo short phase and I never got out. I'm stuck in it. Like I can wear jeans sometimes, but I feel uncomfortable.
I don't wear jeans. Jeans are weird. Jeans look weird, smell weird.
Well, Carrie, you keep buying the super tight ones that you have to I have to help you put on. Like you gotta go with a looser fit.
They're like the leggings. They're like the leggings, and it's like, yeah.
No, you do the Miss Me. He gets the Miss Me, Dan. You heard of that brand?
It's
his
favorite. Skin tight. I got the skin tight 3-leg jeans.
Those are rough to sell.
They're what?
Those are rough to sell.
What do you mean they're rough to sell? I heard
I have a hard time selling this. I think I have a few pairs. But it all comes down to the models.
Well,
too.
don't you think the Miss Me jeans are like in the same realm of like the rock revolution, like whatever the heck, I don't know, Ben
Rock Revival?
Whatever Rocky
Rocky
Top's
Top.
wearing. Like
We call him Cool Kevin
those
again, by
pants.
the way. We're bringing that back.
Oh, Cool Kevin again.
Yeah, Cool
Yeah,
Kevin.
like I think, I don't know if I've seen Cool Kevin's pants, but I'm 100% sure they're bedazzled.
They
100%
probably,
sure.
And he's got cowboy boots, I think. Like
Cowboy
bedazzled
boots. Yeah, basically whatever Bret Michaels is doing, Cool Kevin is doing.
Ben does look kind of like...
He does,
Yeah.
kind of. Okay, Dan, so listen, every now and then we sneak a little reselling info, and I think jeans is a good one. Do you have, like, jeans you look out for, brands?
Brands of jeans, go.
Because everyone finds jeans, and all of us just walk past them. So if you gave us a few brands to look out for, it might help us.
Well, Levi's, but for the models.
I'm a model,
501
so
are
I should buy
usually
Levi's.
decent, like pretty good. I just sold a pair. I listed a pair of Citizens of Humanity jeans today, women's, and they sold today.
How much do you list them for?
I was gonna say maybe I underpriced them, $20.
Okay.
You got to get like the big eye.
Could have been probably
Levi's,
might have
right?
underpriced them, but I don't know women's clothing very well.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was comping them, and there was some that went way higher, way lower, so I just kind of went in the middle there. They were like low rise, wide.
What about
leg
George?
jeans.
That's a good brand, right? George.
That's the Walmart brand, I thought.
The Walmart.
It's a good brand.
That's a
It's cheap, affordable, and
They're
Nobo,
nice.
Nobo.
no boundaries, baby. No boundaries.
They're nice, but
Me and
they
Carrie
don't last.
could give you a list of Nolo brands. Nobo?
That's the
No?
thing, though, man. If people what are we 700 episodes in? If people are watching this to get bolos, what are you doing?
Bolo
Stop it.
alert. Yeah, they want to hear more about Dan's
Stop
dog
it.
or Dan's feet in that order.
No,
They
we
don't
can
care.
talk about-
maybe
we talk about- we
Dan's
can
dog
talk-
licking Dan's feet. That would be fine.
No,
you will,
he
you will
doesn't do
get a
that.
nugget. This is what I said. You will actually get real reselling knowledge when we accidentally give it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We can't intentionally give it. It's got to just accidentally happen.
Here's the key:
Right?
just get super lucky, spend $20 on a break, and get $1,000. That's how you resell.
Oh, that's,
Do you know
That's
how
how
you
you
get
get hooked.
super
Gambling addiction.
I worked in the gambling business I am not a gambler. Breaks are like weird to me. I get obsessed with them, but I hate it.
I mean, I
No
went to
offense.
the what's it called, the Gary V thing, Carrie, with you, Comic Con, Collecticon, whatever it was called,
Collecticon.
and they had Gary V Friends packs for $25. When those came out, they were like $5, right? And you could just go buy a pack.
I think the
for
boxes were
25.
about 100. Yeah, the hobby boxes.
Yeah, the
were
hobby
about
box,
100
which
when
came
they
with
came
what,
out.
like 18 of them or something like that, or 20.
Yeah.
So like
The
literally
market
they
went
were
way up,
$5.
way up.
We go to this thing. Me and Carrie see they're selling the packs for 25, and both of us, just for the fun of it, bought. Did you buy two? I bought two. Did you buy
I bought
two
two.
packs?
Don
So
bought
we both
one,
spent
you bought two.
$15 on
We
the-
bought
on
like
8
half a
cards,
box.
on 8 cards, and I've got them. I mean, they're cool enough. They're cool enough.
They're
but,
all gone, man. I put them through my auctions.
How did
They're
they
already
do?
All sold.
How did they do?
I didn't make
Like
money.
$1?
But I mean, I made
$1,
They went like
$2?
a couple bucks a piece. I think it went
That's
two,
not
three,
bad.
4. I didn't.
Yeah.
You also got to remember in my packs, Don got a refractor, but
I
in
got
my
2
packs, I got
refractors.
nothing.
Yeah.
I got 2 packs, 8 cards, all common.
Did
no
you
refractors.
did
no
you
nothing.
sell her refractor?
No, she kept it. She put it in her binder.
Yeah, the refractors do okay, I think, on eBay, but I don't know. Well, this isn't a card podcast, but my whole show is becoming a card show now at this point.
No bangers. If you guys want a card podcast, no bangers. We will talk about like actual.
But they're going to talk
stuff.
about sports. They're going to talk about sports, just so you know.
We'll talk
Which is
about
good-
your
good for-
nonsense too.
Sports is great.
You know, a lot of people like sports. Sports are a big
I love
deal.
sports.
You know, I'm more into Pokemans. Not really. I don't really like Pokemans. But I have been getting recommended a lot of Pokemon content lately. It's like TikTok is listening to me every time I'm pooping. Or all the time. The pooping is just how I want them to listen to me. But yeah, and it shows me, Carrie, it's like one guy does this series where he like breaks cards and he's like, should I have kept it sealed? And it's like a little catchy song. And then he opens like a $500 Pokemon box and gets nothing. It was Carrie frozen, Dan? Look at that.
He might be.
He's frozen. Yeah, he's completely frozen.
Plus, he's messing with you.
No, he can't stay that still. He's got a little ADD. He just won't admit it. So, Dan, you have a hit the like button in the back there. You have a channel of your own, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And do you
It's
put
very
any
dormant.
content on it?
It's been a while. It's been
Okay.
it's been so long, and I was trying to do that, and I was doing another podcast.
I don't know
on
what
my
happened.
channel,
Sorry,
too.
guys.
It's
Yes,
all.
I
I'm
remember
kind of
the
on
seed.
hiatus.
The seed is open. hotornot.com.
Yes,
or something like that. Yeah, hotornot.com. That's not a thing anymore. I don't think that was the thing when we were in high school. I'm gonna check it out.
Hot or not?
No, it's like a dating site. It's a dating site.
Oh yeah.
I think I was like a 6. I was like 6.7.
Oh really? You actually uploaded your picture?
Didn't they do
on there?
point ratings? Heck yeah, dude! It's probably still there if you go back on the way back.
Burgies, guys, Burgies.
My name was Rodrigo.
Oh do you know what a Burgie is, Dan?
No.
They're like yacht club flags from yacht clubs. I'm a big Burgie guy now because Tim found a bunch and he keeps asking me to ask ChatGPT about them because he's too cheap to buy ChatGPT.
GPT costs money?
Yeah, if you want to like certain image count, like upload a certain. It's funny because I've been paying for like 3 years, so I didn't like. I always thought ChatGPT had all this stuff for everyone, but a lot of the stuff I use all the time apparently costs money.
Isn't it weird that we're just paying ChatGPT to know every thought we ever have and every question we ever have? We're paying them to know us. Like we're paying. So in 20 years, they're gonna be like, Dave. Like they're gonna have that prompt when you're like, what do I do when I accidentally take a poop in a train and there's no toilet paper? Because you did that. You
and I know a friend of mine recently had a similar situation go on. Yeah.
And they gave you advice.
So did you guys see this AI 2027 paper that was released? Anyone?
No.
Anyone see that? No? Okay, so it's pretty interesting because like basically it talks about where AI is headed and that by like 2027 AI will be smarter than any human. It'll be able to do more than any human. And one of the really scary things is like so many people are working on creating bodies for AI in robots, right? And basically, it's got like this worst case scenario of by 2027, AI basically saying we're just inefficient, that humans aren't necessary, basically, and going off the rails and basically destroying all of humanity. So we're gonna have like freaking Terminator by 2027.
They already have AI. They already have AI lying. Like AI will lie to stop them from getting shut down. Like they'll mess up the prompts or whatever to prevent them from being shut down when humans put in on some of the AI systems that have been tested. Well, so the problem is the concern is that there's such a like race to get the most advanced AI and to be the de facto because basically like in tech, and I was watching a lot of stuff about this, so I'm kind of regurgitating some of the stuff I heard. But in tech, like there's usually only one winner. If you think of search engines, yes, there's other search engines, but everyone knows Google won, right? And there's always like in web. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure whoever made Ask Jeeves has like a $300,000 house in Portland. But again, the people are all racing to be like they're doing all right. They want to be the de facto. They want to be the $100 billion. And the problem is that in the race to become the de facto, they're kind of ignoring safeties, right? Safety measures and things to keep AI balanced and just for the sake of winning, right? And so maybe they're not being as careful as they should be, and that's the concern is that if they're not careful, the whole paper was like 100 pages or something like that. I just watched a bunch of TikToks about it. It's interesting to watch, though. I was gonna be like, did you get ChatGPT to anyways, summarize the paper there was like two different like scenarios, and in one scenario, like humanity agrees, kind of like with nukes. Hey, this is getting dangerous. We all need to put the brakes on and put these guardrails in. And then there's another one where like basically the Cold War wasn't always the Cold War, with the nukes, and they actually started shooting each other. But instead it's with AI basically. So it's really interesting. That's not got not much to do with reselling. Although I saw friend of the show Rad Relics, big friend of the show Rad Relics. I know they recently was heavily roasted on Dan's podcast with Dan's endorsement. With Dan's endorsement, like holy cow! Dan was like, "Yes, Mike, preach, Mike." Rad Relics. If you haven't listened to that episode and given Mike a hard time yet, you better get over there. But yeah, he did a whole episode on his show about how basically AI is going to literally destroy reselling completely in the next 2 years.
Do you think so, for real?
I don't think so, but Rad Relics did a video. No, to be fair, I didn't click it, but he might have an opinion on it. We could watch it, or maybe I could get AI to summarize it. Let us know in the comments, Rad Relics, why you think AI is going to destroy reselling in the next 2 years. Oh, man. I could ask ChatGPT to like kind of create a scenario of like why it's going to happen.
I think Carrie froze again.
Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, so well, you know what I'll say is I'll say how is AI going to destroy reselling in the next 2 years? Let's see what ChatGPT says.
Oh my gosh.
AI is
I'm getting
already
nervous.
changing reselling fast, and in the next 2 years, it could seriously disrupt or destroy how a lot of part-time or even full-time resellers operate. Here's how. AI-driven pricing and auto-listing will kill arbitrage margins. Big platforms like eBay, Amazon, Mercari are all rolling out tools that auto-detect item titles, brands, and conditions from images, auto-price based on real-time comps and sell-through rates. What it means is your edge from knowing what an item is worth is gone, which I don't know if I buy that one, Dan, because, like, we all know what stuff is worth by looking at eBay. That sounds like it'll just make our lives easier.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if I'm on board with that one. Auto cross-listing tools will flatten the market. AI tools like Vendu, One Shop, or List Perfectly are improving. Eventually, everybody will list on one. Again, that doesn't seem like it would kill reselling. AI pickers will destroy sourcing opportunities. That's an interesting one. Tools will scan sold comps in-store in real time via glasses, AR, and fast mobile AI. You won't need to know what's valuable because everyone will in their glasses. This is what I said 3 years ago, Dan. You've been listening to the show. Didn't I say that? I said there's going to be like VR glasses that we can just look and see eBay comps on everything. That's literally what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, but you got to be a good enough reseller to get those glasses. I'm not going to be able to have those glasses.
You like just afford them? You got to be able to afford them, yeah. And also,
They're
like,
struggling.
think about where Kevin picks. There's no internet. Like, that's not going to work. You can't even get connected to the web. So there's still going to be that sort of stuff. Although Starlink's bringing internet everywhere, Dan, so the robots can see us no matter where we are. This is what happens when Kevin's not here. We just go off on total tirades about how reselling's... I don't actually think this is true. Okay, here we go. AI buyers will snipe you. Bots will monitor auctions, auto-make offers, auto-snipe last-second bids. That's already happening. AI will help platforms enforce true market value. Platforms may start restricting prices if items are listed too far above comps. That's dumb. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. None of that's that scary to me. We'd have to watch Rad Alex's video. We should bring him on the show right now and trigger Mike. So Carrie's just gone. Like, we don't have Kevin. We don't have Carrie. Dan, what are you doing to the show here?
I don't know. I'm ruining it.
You're doing great, Dan. You're doing great. Okay, so let's talk about your reselling. You said your numbers are down. What's happening? Why? I mean, the floor is a dumb excuse. That was like 6 months ago. Stop using that. What's the real reason it's down?
Oh, so I wanted to get into another niche.
Okay.
So I was niching into cards.
Ah, well, there's your problem.
I don't know anything about cards.
So you're telling me I should stop the niching into cards that I'm doing?
Well, if you're breaking and you're making money doing that, that's probably pretty good. But I was selling like the dollar cards.
Yes, yeah. I talked to Carrie about that. That's not as fun for me as like the breaking. The breaking I'm having fun doing. What I did try, Dan, what I experimented with is I put a couple like higher end cards in my buy it now during my break. I put 2 of them, like numbered Stranger Things from the high tech series, and they both sold like great when the show started. It was like I put them at like half of eBay value, yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, I was giving a deal, but still, it was kind of cool.
I don't think I should do that. I once in a while.
I would, like, if you put like a banger, like just buy it now. You put a couple buy it nows that are really like popular players.
But most of my prices are kind of like eBay.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like, it's tough. It's like my struggle with like doing live selling and stuff is that I just don't understand. Like I don't mind waiting to get the full value for something. Like I
think that's fine. Yeah.
That's where I struggle with.
I think it comes down to so I've been on both sides of the coin, and I totally get that. And there's times where I sell things live, and I'm like, man, I could have gotten a lot more for that if I had sold it on eBay, like a whole lot more. And I think that, and then I look at the zero inventory, and I'm relieved. And that's what kind of drives me to keep doing it every week when I ship everything and I have nothing anymore. Like, it's super satisfying to not have that junk. I do think that like stuff takes a toll on you emotionally and mentally, like just being surrounded by crap everywhere. This is why I kind of get the card collecting thing, because you can be a card collector and just have a few binders, right? Like you can have a ton of cards, you can have 1 million cards, and it takes up one shelf in here. So it's kind of nice to just not be holding on to this big stuff. But there is times where, like, honestly, it would be wise for me to sell it on eBay. Like, it literally would be smarter. Like, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you saw my Futurama action figure buy.
I heard you talking about it. I haven't seen.
So I got all these action figures. A lot of them sell for like $150 a piece, and I got probably $1,800 worth of them if I sold them on eBay and sat on them, right? But that didn't work because basically I sell on Dibdit now. I sell on Dibdit and Dibdit only, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll just put them on Dibdit, and I got like, I don't know what I worked out to, like $700-800. I spent $230, but I did it the day after I bought them. You know?
Yeah.
So there's something to that, like, and I can go, well, okay, so do you think there's no like truth behind the idea of turning it over quick and reselling it, and by doing that you're actually making more money?
I believe in that, but you're having to go.
My internet.
As long as you're going out.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
That's fine.
If you're going out and out and out looking for stuff constantly, where I feel like I don't do that. Like I go out once or twice a week, and then I list all the stuff I have, and then I'll go back out again.
Yeah.
But then I'm not sourcing. Like I don't source big buys because I
bulk
go to the bins or I go to the thrift store. Really, that's how I source.
Do you think your bins would let you sell there, like Flip the World used to do?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
And I would be too scared to even ask.
Yeah.
I don't want to get kicked out of there. They yell at you for anything. No.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Like I think that is something that I'm facing right now with the summer because the sourcing is kind of minimal right now for me. There's just not much out there to go sourcing, and so like the model is basically for people who can get huge swaths of inventory and they want to move it fast, like storage unit buyers, things like that, which is a challenge for me. I need to either start selling, like buying storage units, or I am delving into the card thing. That's something I could do year round. I can source year round, the card breaks and stuff, and that's fun. But I do agree with you. Like if you're not constantly sourcing or don't have a way to get bulk, it's kind of hard to make more money if you don't have the inventory to make more money with the fast turnover plan. Oh, hey, Carrie. Yes. We were just talking about deep reselling stuff.
Oh, yeah, no. Am I going in and out? Because, like, I have no internet.
You're straight up falling out of the podcast. Like, you're yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my internet went out and my phone's doesn't have very good service, so I'm not sure if this
You're working now. You're working now. So are you on your cellular telephone right now?
Yeah, but I have bad service out here on the.
Yeah, you look good. You look better than Kevin on a normal week.
Yeah, I was here though, and you guys didn't see me here.
No, you were not in the show at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
No, I mean you were here while I was blathering on about sourcing.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. It's just I didn't know if you were still like messing with your settings or something because you weren't jumping in.
Yeah, because you keep popping in and out. This is terrible. Sorry, guys.
Why'd you lose the internet?
No idea.
Huh.
I have no idea.
I like this angle of Carrie. This is my favorite Carrie angle. No, I like it. Go back.
I'm trying to see if I can get it to work, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Well, it's kind of working. No, well, hold on. Let's see.
Is it storming?
No.
No, yeah, it's actually kind of nice. Tonight was a really nice night, actually. Dan, you live in Lower Canada. Super low Canada. So you're
not Canada. We're in Indiana.
You're dealing with lots of cold weather, though, right?
It is cold. It's like in the 60s today.
60s is not that cold.
I mean, it's with a breeze for June.
Well, okay, but it's not like crazy cold.
I mean, I was wearing shorts and t-shirt, but I have a cold again.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be 40 and I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt though.
Okay, so you primarily source at the bins.
Bins and thrift store.
Carrie is also a big bin sourcer, right, Carrie?
Back in the day, not anymore. We have just one bins in Orlando, right?
Yeah, what if they had a bins for cards, for sports cards?
I mean, they do. That's what I do, bargain bins.
Yeah, but what if, like, literally it was the Goodwill bins, it was big blue giant things just full of cards that they dump in there every day?
You find cards sometimes.
Depends on if they were in protective sleeves.
No, they're not. They're all loose. Would you even go?
I'd probably go because it'd be a great video.
Like everyone's fighting. Dude, I cannot believe the Pokemon buyers right now. Like, it is so insane.
The same as sports cards were 5 years ago. It's the same difference.
Dude, they're like... I saw this one video of this guy, and I don't know if it's rage bait or what, but he like goes up to the Walmart Pokemon aisle. He cuts in front of everyone. He literally just pulls everything into his cart. Every Pokemon box that had just got put out. All of it. Man. And then he grabs some Bowman Chromes and walks out.
Yeah. There's another guy, Larry. I think he's in Miami.
Yeah.
Larry from Miami that's like doing it, and they kind of blasted him. And then there's another video of a guy, an old guy, like in his probably late 50s, just grabbing boxes, the ETBs. And there's like a kid, like a 9-year-old kid with like a $20 bill or something in his hand, just waiting, and the guy is just taking them all.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
I think he left a couple. They edited it where it looked like he took them all, but I think he left a few for him. But still, weird times. I'd rather just go work at In-N-Out if they'd have me. If I have to go back to that kind of stuff, that seems pretty depressing to have to do.
Yeah, it's. Okay, so can you explain to me like what's the play there? Are they literally selling? I don't
even understand
the retail box over eBay or over retail?
Yes, they're
like what are they
them
doing?
Over eBay, but after fees, I don't feel like a lot of these dudes are making more than 20, 30 a pop. Maybe.
Are they selling them on Amazon? Maybe.
There's probably some that are doubling or more, but I think, I mean, I did that back in the day. Like I bought out a whole thing of like sports cards. I kind of stopped doing that, but when I did it, I didn't make that much profit. Part of the problem was I opened most of it, which is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sell it unopened, but I just thought it'd be fun to open it. But,
so it looks like the box he was taking was the Scarlet and Violet 9 packs, and it sells for $126 on Amazon right now.
Yeah, the 151 stuff is what's super hot right now. And then I think they just had they're having another set that's coming out right now that's like Team Rocket Ball, Rocket Man.
The one that I saw him, I don't know. The one I saw him getting was Scarlet and Violet Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box. It's like black and red. It's a black and red box that I think just came out. So it says MSRP is $50. So you're right. They're buying it for $50. They're selling it for $120 on Amazon, but the fees on Amazon are probably bringing it down to $70.
Yeah, so they're making 20 bucks
$20 a box.
Yeah, once you actually know how to resell, like actually do reselling, it seems like a big major waste of time.
Like just to steal the hopes and dreams of children.
Just like the collateral damage of like kind of just feeling like I can't imagine those dudes are like, yeah.
Well, they could be breaking them. They could be breaking them because you'd probably use more money in that. A lot of them
are putting them in their stores too and stuff like that. A lot of retail. Yeah. I mean, the product is, I don't know.
If it's 9 box, I mean that's like.
Inevitably, and nobody knows the future with anything resellable, but I would guess that Pokemon's going to come back down to earth. You're going to see it in stores again here probably within a year or so.
I went out of my way to go create a TikTok video from some old TikTok footage or old Pokemon footage that I had where I found like a big box of vintage Pokemon cards, like a little Tupperware full, and they're all like 90s. There's hollows in there. There's the Japanese Pocket Monster cards. And I go to the lady, Dan, I was like, how much for this big box of Pokemon cards? Probably like 1,000 cards, right? And they're all vintage. And she's like, I don't know, what feels good to you? Like, what do you think you should pay? I was like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? She's like, how about $5? I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. $5. And so I created a TikTok out of that 3-year-old footage, hoping to rage some Pokemon people. Like, what?
I wish you could repost your YouTube videos, because it'd be a good time for me to redo that Yu-Gi-Oh one that did real well.
Well, can't you just make a short out of it?
I guess I could download it and make a short out. I have shorts out of it already made. So.
Oh, see, it's getting no views though because I accidentally. You ever do that thing where you post a TikTok and then repurpose post like an old one like 8 minutes later? And then it just kills them both because of the timing of the two. That's what happened to me. I'm going to delete it and try to upload it again.
So apparently, so there's this thing I was hearing about eBay that they're the promoted listings now. Like you can pay for a promoted listing, but if it doesn't sell, it could still charge you, right? Because they spent the. Is that right, Dan? Is that a thing?
I don't know. There's like they have weird.
Awesome.
I just try to do the regular.
I think that's good. We talked to eBay, right? That's good. Something like that.
eBay.com
might be happening. We don't know.
eBay.com. Check it out. They've got.
You're scaring me with. They scare me with the promoted stuff.
eBay.com. Go check it out, guys.
Yeah, it's a big site. Dibdit's all where it's at, guys. Tickwitty. I'm going live on Tickwitty tomorrow, Dan. Dan, I think I need to do a live with you. Really, I think that's what needs to happen. We need a co-stream.
All right.
How did your wrestling DVD show go?
Not good at all.
Did you sell any?
I found out Yeah, I sold. I think two or three.
You sold 3 DVDs, and were you selling them individually?
$8. Yeah, I sold them for $8.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Were they were like loose? They were open.
Yeah, they're new.
What did they sell for on eBay?
I looked up a few. Some of them were like $6, $7, $10.
$5. Yeah,
I didn't look them all up.
$5 free shipping, right?
No, my plan was I got them.
Yeah,
I got them. No, and I tried to show on Whatnot. That went awful, and then I tried Dibbed It. I was gonna see what I sold, and then the rest of them I was just gonna lot up.
Yeah, I'll tell you the secret, and this is so. A good portion of people buying on Dibbed It are resellers. Okay, probably 70%. And so if you have something that you know is like a $5 to $10 item, it's not even worth trying to run it alone. You got to do lots. You got to do a lot of 6 DVDs, right, and start it at $1. And you might sell a few for like $3 or $4, but if you don't want to list them on eBay, by the end you'll have people bought into the cheaper shipping. They'll be at cheap shipping at that point. And then they might start getting bid up to $10 for the lot or $15 for the lot or things like that. But you just have to, like, I in my opinion, even this is the same on Whatnot, in my opinion. Like, people who bring inventory that sells for like $5 to $10 on eBay, a lot of times you're either not going to sell it or you're going to get $1 or $2. And if you have that kind of stuff, and what I do at this point is I always just make a big bundle with it. Unless it's something like super fun pop culture that I know people might like be emotionally invested in, like a Star Wars action figure. You know, everyone knows they sell for like $10 on eBay, right? But, you know, it's Picard and he's a Borg and that's pretty cool. And so maybe I'll bid it up to 12 or something like that. But in general, like smaller items, keychains, things like that, you know, if they're not brand new, magnets, small little toys and action figures that aren't like huge value, I put them in lots. And that might mean, like you said, if you don't have enough inventory, you might not be able to do a show until you get enough inventory to do that sort of thing.
That's why I like the co-hosting.
Yeah, co-hosting definitely buys you some time. I have to do it with Dawn on Tiquity all the time because I never have enough Tiquity stuff.
I do my cards every week with Keith, Vintage Sports Flip, no S.
Yes.
In there, and because I don't know a ton about cards, so like it's helped me understand kind of what I should bring, and then I know I only have to run an hour, and I'm running half of it with somebody.
And so the truth is, with like any auction, you never really know how the day is going to go, even if you're prepared. Because, I mean, this happens with me a lot. I'll go over the weekend and go to a card show, and you know, I found a great deal, like a bundle. But it was, let's say it's like heavy football. But you go into your auction, and like everybody wants a different sport, or they want Stranger Things cards, or there's days like you really, I think, to be successful on Dibbed It or anything, you got to have like a variety of stuff and like some inventory ready. So like you're going, action figures today, which, you know, are off and on. It seems like they're not always the best by themselves on Dibbed It, but like if there's a hot day for action figures, if you have a tote of action figures ready and it's going, you grab those, and it's a lot about just going with the flow. I'm not going to say adaptation, but that is what it is. That's literally what it is. Adaptation. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Dan, I will say, like, hanging around with Keith is going to be good for you because I think he's a number 3. Yeah, he's a number 3. I'm looking right now. Number 3 seller last month on Dibbed It cards. And he brought in a lot of money on cards. Like, you're watching these shows, you're participating.
He's a breaker bro, though.
Is he breaking
too? He's a breaker bro. Yeah, he's a breaker bro.
Dude, I'm a breaker bro.
I know.
Actually, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the breaker. All right, so we have to have 2 separate categories, Carrie, right? Like when it comes to like sales numbers.
I'll still probably be number 1, but
breaker bros. Well, no, you're already number 4. So because of the breaker bros, you're number 4 for last month. Picking.
You gotta start breaking. You gotta be a breaker bro, Carrie.
He doesn't like. I am picking and punching.
I'm gonna open packs. I'm gonna do a pack break on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's going to do breaks. Yeah, that is true.
I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to mix it in, but I'm a singles guy.
He likes
every time
singles.
Honestly, seriously, every time I do me
he's on every dating app.
Yeah.
Love singles.
Just farmers only? Oh my gosh. Me and Dawn are both. We have a couples account for that.
Hinge couples.
Hinge couple. Whatever the heck Kevin's on. I'm just kidding. But...
meth. They call that.
I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, meth.
Oh no!
I'm trying to say about Kevin. I always want to keep the cards for myself. I like opening and keeping and selling. Yeah. That's what I like.
So I think that's it, right? You want to open the box. You want to experience it. You're maybe a little bit of a gambling addict yourself, and then you want to sell the ones you don't want to keep. basically.
I don't keep them though. My goal is always to sell them. I mean, I don't keep anymore. I used to keep a lot more, but I'm selling everything. That's what I do. Or if
I have some
want
I
them,
keep.
I'll sell them.
I have some I keep. So I've got my little binder. So why can't we talk bad about Kevin, Dan? Did he like call you?
No, I'm a Kevin guy. I'm gonna make sure everyone knows I'm a Kevin guy. I'm gonna make sure you guys.
No, that's
are
why
nice
everybody said. That's Dan.
Everyone's a Kevin guy.
Dan, we understand you're on camera. We're doing this show. You're a Kevin guy. All that.
You gotta
but, I mean,
maintain appearances. They call it.
we get what we're saying, but we're a hard hitting podcast. We want to know the real truth. I don't know anybody.
Tell us everything you hate about Kevin.
I don't know anybody who actually likes Kevin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody
comment below if you actually like Kevin and say something nice about him.
No, they're gonna say.
Kevin's had a hard week, Carrie.
He has had a hard week.
He has a hard week.
Okay, we can't kid him now because he's had a.
Let's talk about hard weeks, though, Carrie. Let's talk about kidney stones.
Is it because of the wiener thing with the rocks?
Yeah, we can talk about wiener rocks if you want. But first, I wanted to finish telling you I beat you last month on cards. So I don't even... I'm already there. So it was Rod, then me, then Keith, then you. But Dan's right. It's the breakers. The breakers are at the top. Guys, get to breaking. There's some new breakers that got approved. There's a big approval process for breaking. I will say that, and Rod probably told me to say this. You have to go through an approval process to break. Like, don't just go list on Dibdick cards. I'm sure you talk about it on the banger.
I think we only have...
Right?
Yeah, I think we only have maybe 9 people who can break.
Yeah, so we've talked about it on No Bangers, but not here. So just so you know, guys, don't just go list breaks. You have to get approved because there are ways that it can become very gambly and gamified and stuff like that. And we want just very clean, normal breaks where you're just, following all our rules. And then you have to already have a history of selling on Dibdick cards. Rod has to have an interview with you. So there's like a whole process. So don't just go. Some people have had to have their stuff removed because they want to get in on it.
And when he asks you,
which is fine.
When he asks you if you have any questions for him, that he'd love to hear about his YouTube channel. Either one of them. Or the third secret one, which we can't tell you about, the Secret Rod channel. Any one of those, if you mention those and you just butter them up a little, you're in.
Scoundrel?
You're in.
Dan was talking about how, he's worried the commenters are going to, go after him, right? Because something he said earlier, an hour ago. And I wanted to let you know that I did a video. So I had I don't know, Dan, have you watched my latest video? Sometimes you watch my content, which is nice because no one else on the show does.
I watch all your content.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I just started watching your I picker videos. Maybe a month ago I subscribed. I was never subscribed. I binge watched your pickers channels for probably a month.
Nice.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
everyone do what Dan did.
His picker videos are amazing. They're awesome.
I mean, they're no Dustin, the pro picker, who gets a jillion views in 5 minutes. That man's got the secret sauce over there on YouTube. But no, so we had a tough Friday night, as it were, because we got woken up by our son at 1 a.m., okay, saying he was in excruciating pain. He's old enough to the point where he's not crying, but he's just I'm in so much pain. He's hunched over. He's gagging. He can't even talk. He's like we thought he was dying. He's pointing towards where his appendix is. So we thought he was having appendicitis or something like that. Tina rushed him to the hospital. And, basically I was at home with the other kids, but I was texting with her the whole time. I didn't go to sleep. I couldn't because my anxiety, if you have kids, you know what that will do to you. And it turned out they did all the testing for appendicitis and stuff. And no, I don't have good health insurance. So that'll be an interesting, that'll be an interesting thing we'll deal with down the road. The nice thing about, everyone talks crap about America's healthcare system and, it's terrible. But at least they save your life if you're dying. And yes, it's going to cost you $1 billion later, but just deal with that in payments or something like that. But anyways, it was kidney stones, Dan. It was kidney stones. It was not.
I did see that. I watched that video because you're it was touch and go for a while, and I was like, "What the heck happened?"
In my brain, Tina yelled at me for that because she watched it. She's like, "What do you mean touch and go?" I was like, "Well, touch and go is in my brain, he was dying, so it was touch and go. Even though he wasn't dying, my brain had him dying. So it was touch and go mentally for me." And I didn't know if he was going to live. And then I assumed I would probably die from the same thing.
Oh, my God.
Come on, where are my anxiety people at? Carrie probably had the same thing.
No, I mean, that sucks. Yeah. That was terrible. But
it was tough.
They were able to figure it out real quick, and they got him his meds and stuff.
Yeah, he's still like in pain, but he's a lot better. And anyways, so as I'm telling this story, Dan, you may have noticed I was drinking a Baja Blast. Okay, even kind of did a little ad for Baja Blast, not sponsored, but willing. Okay, and the top comment, like the number one voted comment on this thing is, "No wonder your son has kidney stones having soda in the house." This was the number one comment. Number one comment. Do you know the last time Elijah has drinking a soda? It's probably 8 years. He hates soda. Yeah, he will not put a soda anywhere near his... Carrie's been out with him. What's the order? Water, lemonade, sweet tea. That's it. Yeah. He will not touch a soda.
Sweet tea I've seen,
I wish I could
never seen him drink a soda, though. Yeah,
never. Tropical Sprite.
He has probably had like 6 sodas in his entire life. He hates them. Absolutely hates them. So I just thought that was funny because people just jump to these conclusions.
I've had like 6 of these today.
Yeah, that's what... You said kidney stone. I've never had a kidney stone in my life, and I can't quit pop. I just drink pop all the time.
So, but it's just, I just thought it was funny because like they're just like, oh, well, you're a terrible parent letting him drink soda. He doesn't even drink soda, and I drink like 10 of these a day, and I don't have kidney stones. So,
oh man,
I don't know. People are crazy.
The internet, people commenting who have no idea what's happening, making judgments without full knowledge. That's not real. Does that happen on the internet?
No, Well, yeah, Tina was very mad at me, Dan, for saying touch and go. Which I didn't know touch and go meant something so serious. I mean, definitely
dead or alive. On the brink of death.
That is what it means.
In my mind, he was, even though he wasn't. I don't know. Be a parent. It's hard. It's stressful.
I'm a dog. I'm a dog dad.
You know. Yeah, if your dog was like puking and you couldn't figure out why, you'd be like, "Oh, Dodgers touch and go, Mom." Wouldn't you? You'd say that.
Yeah.
Did I get his name right?
Dodger. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that, guys. Yeah. Dodger should have a YouTube page.
Yeah.
You know what? I was going back to, because I don't do much TikToks, but when I got him, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start doing TikToks. So my TikToks are some of him, and I don't.
Is it like you talking for him and stuff like?
Is it Dodger?
Hey, it's me, Dodger. Awake again.
Is it Dodger?
Let's see if Dad will rub my belly.
Is it Dodger because you're like a baseball fan, or are you a Charles Dickens fan?
No, it's Dodger because he looks like Dodger from Oliver and Company.
There we go. So Dodger. He's from Oliver Twist.
This is Dodger from Oliver and Company.
And
that's what he looks like.
Artful Dodger, Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
See?
That's a clothing brand too. The Artful Dodger. I sold the shirt.
That's a good name. That's a good name for a clothing brand.
And it's funny because I live near Chicago, so everyone names their dog Wrigley, Addison, and they always think. And when I say Dodger, they like, "Oh, you're a Dodgers fan." And I'm like, "No, man, calm down."
So, guys, if you're looking for a dog, go to a public park, yell Wrigley, and then just take whichever dog comes.
I'm in Florida now, so what are dog names in Florida? Trank, Fent,
Fenty. Come here, Fenty.
Fenty.
Oh wait, that's like a fancy brand, though, isn't it?
Tranky.
Hey, here's a question from our Patreons, Dan. Dan, can you name our Wealthy as a Kevin tier members?
Go. I sent you my videos this week, Dave. Are you going to
put I'll put them in. I'll put them in this time. Okay. Carrie did do his job, so that's good.
Is Paul's merch? Paul's merch?
Paul's merch is probably in there. Yeah, probably. Let me pull
Dawn?
it up. Let me pull it
Dawn is, right?
You know, hold on. I got to pull it up. But let's answer the question that I Love Vintage asked first while I pull it up. She said, when you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? Dan, you first.
Oh, man. I've everything I wanted to be. I know at one point I wanted to own my own business, but I also wanted a police officer, which that would never work. I would have.
So that sounds like I already got the thing. You could do both. You just be a stripper because then you could be a police officer and you could be your own
own your own business.
Boss. Yeah.
I wanted to be a teacher, accountant.
I think we all had that moment we wanted to be a teacher, then we found out what they got paid when we played the game of life and said,
I thought you were going to say we all had that moment when we wanted to be an accountant.
Well, I did a teacher, I could be a reseller on the side.
So I think a lot of resellers were reselling as kids, like candy stands, lemonade stands. I was running tag sales. I was that guy, but I never really thought. I was pretty directionless, especially in high school. Like my number one goal was to not go to college. That was the important thing. Like as long as I don't go to college, I'm going to be happy.
I was going to college. Thinking. I was going to college fairs at 12, and I wanted to be a veterinarian. I went to Utah State because they had a. Well, to be fair, my mom was in that circuit trying to get kids into to her college or whatever. So I would go walk around and I'd talk to the different colleges. Is what I did.
So I was thinking like construction, policeman, fireman, that sort of stuff was appealing to me. I wanted to be rich. I wanted to have my own business. I did not really ever want to do college. That was my most important thing, was no college.
I had to go to... I dropped out of college, but I was like...
I wanted to be a youth leader once. There was a short time where I wanted to be a youth leader at church.
If I'm being honest.
Still be in college?
Okay.
Yeah, I love college, man.
Always be in college. Okay, so I'm ready, Dan.
I just want to go to class.
I'm ready, Dan. Name them. $25 and up members, go.
Oh,
PaulsMerch.com, you got it.
Dawn.
Who else? Dawn Lady Arbitrage, you got it, yep.
The one that's no longer with us.
Yeah, do you remember who's dead?
Logan.
Yep. Murky. Logan Murky, yep.
We hope he's alive.
Is Harry Tornado still one?
No, he's
hates
still
us alive. Now. Yeah, he's still alive.
Ever since he started selling soap, he's changed. He cleaned up his life.
Yeah, he's separated himself from the...
He's disassociated with trash because now he's all about clean.
Good for the trashers?
Yeah, he doesn't even care that Dave silently updated our little logo in the corner there. That I didn't
you
know
noticed
about.
that? Do you like our little logo?
I like it, yeah.
It's a little cleaner.
He cleaned it up.
Did you guys see it? Go check it out.
Josh didn't even mention it. Didn't send us personal messages congratulating us.
All right,
for
so
that.
Dan is at 2. Carrie's at 1. Carrie, can you name any more?
I
Can I
can't
name more. Mike Metco.
Yep, Mike Mecco, yep.
He was an electrician.
Yes, he was. Go on.
We got Jim
number 4 seller or number 3 seller on Dibdick Cards.
Is that Keith?
Vintage Sports?
Yes,
yes.
And Gem Flippers, you got right, yeah. Who else? Co-star of The Locker Room.
Beard King?
The other one.
Oh, Ben?
The funny one? Yeah, no, the funny one.
475 Sports or whatever his name was?
CJ Benz Finds.
Oh, Archie?
CJ Benz Finds.
CJ Benz.
All right, fine. I'll just do it. Vincent Street Market, Picks by Tyler, Bodega Finds, I Love Vintage NYC, Buff and the Stuff. You should have gotten that one. Alexandria Pickers, No Nose Pickers. You should have gotten. And this one, dude, I don't even want to say this one. It starts with a B. He's got a Sempor.
Oh, Brian Simpor Bill.
Yes, absolutely. And
I love that person. Raise Hell Resale.
We're getting saucy on the show.
That's a word. I'm not saying it in a negative way. That's just they named it that. I'm going to be respectful of their name.
There was another question that came across on the Patreon, and it was about my card daddying. I'm now a daddy of a lot of things: cards, cooking, and Dan. Actually, I'm his dad.
I just watched your video on the egg rolls.
Oh yeah, which ones? Oh yeah, those were yummy. The ones with the cheese on the outside, those were really tasty.
My brother's going to Sam's Club tomorrow. I'm having to get me a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, dude, make 'em. Rotisserie chickens are awesome. Oh, Bodega Fine says, Hot Hands Dave, Card Daddy, are you getting hooked on breaking packs yet? Oh yes, I am definitely addicted. And Kevin, how long are you gonna let that V-Friends box collect dust before you finally rip it on Dibdick Cards? Seriously, I want to see that. Well, Kevin's been so sick though. I mean, he can't do anything with it. But I think Rod's going to rip it, actually. I think that's the plan, is to have Rod rip it, which I am excited about. That could be really cool. Dan, are you into NFTs?
No.
What's your take on NFTs?
You down with OPP?
I don't understand them. I'm not smart enough to understand them. So it's outside my... I do have... I think you guys might have mentioned it on here before, too. Maybe. For some reason, I have some crypto. I have Doge. I don't know why.
Really? You're a Doge guy.
I don't know why.
Everyone bought Doge at one point.
I have,
and it's high right now.
In it was some wallet that I can't get access to. I'm sure at this point.
Yes, I have lost almost all my crypto. It's out there in the
MetaMask that you had to do.
Yep, I had that one.
Yeah, you needed like a 74-digit code or something.
Yeah, and we all lost it.
We just gave money to whoever has that.
Yeah. So we did get this comment from Hula Shack. The last show, this is on the Trash to Cash podcast on YouTube. The last show was so stupid. Carrie and Dave were monopolizing the conversation, and we're not talking about anything interesting. Kevin was the only one trying to stay on point. Like, why was that just the last episode? That's every episode. That's almost 200 episodes of that happening.
Who's coming to this podcast looking for a point of anything?
We spent at least 10% of the show on Dan's feet, and actually, I want to bring it back to that if we can. Do you go get foot massages for the pain?
No, I don't do. It was hurting so bad. I have a thing to soak them in, but it's so annoying, and to hook up. And I was about to hook it up yesterday because my feet hurt so bad.
You ever get those foot squeezing machines that squeeze the foot?
No, I have a squeezing. Cool. I have a thing that squeezes my legs to run blood through my legs.
Oh, Okay. Like
I
someone
don't
else.
know why
blood?
when you
Circulation for circulation.
Okay.
When you said hook it up, I thought, like, I went through this whole elaborate story how, like, in the 90s, I would go, like, buy an Orange Julius stand, and I would just ask him to hook it up. You know, you ever did stuff
I
like
mean,
that?
like
Just
hook it up, like plug it in.
And now
Like,
Carrie's
when you got
asking
plugged
them
in.
to hook it up with something else out in the area he lives now. Hook it up. Hook it up,
Hook
yo.
it up, dude. If they
Meet
got
me at the
Orange-
Family Dollar and hook it up.
If they got Orange
Oh, no.
Julius around here, they better be hooking me up. I love me some Orange Julius.
The Dollar
Sometimes
General.
Yeah.
My
Sometimes, guys,
camera. Oh, my
I'll
camera.
go a little crazy. Sometimes I'll go a little crazy. I'll do a strawberry Julius.
Okay, so here's a question, Dan. Did you watch the full episode last week?
I listened to it.
Did you see the commercials at the end?
Yes, the
AI commercials we made?
yeah, with the Dibdit. Yes.
Dibdit.com
What did you
met
think?
with us.
I thought they were good.
They're
I liked
funny,
it.
right? What about the grandma running? It's like, Tiquity!
Yeah. Are you
Can
gonna
you-
start playing those
Can
places?
you guess?
I don't
Can
know.
you guess Don's, the one that was Don's idea?
I don't remember them all.
Dawn's idea was the
probably
gravestone, like where they're trying to sell the dead person.
What are we
stuff
gonna
on
do with all
Tiquity.
this crap?
I know, sell it on Tiquity. Yeah, so I paid like $150 for 1 month of Google's new AI VO thing. And I just sat there and made commercials for an hour and a half. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's not, it still has a lot to be desired, but it was fun. And most of the comments were about the commercials from last week's episode.
Did they like them or
They loved
hate
them. Yeah, everyone loved them. No one
good.
complained. Yeah, everyone thought they were fun. So here's what I want you to do. Here's a challenge, guys. I still have like enough credits probably to make 5 to 10 more commercials. So I want you to give me commercial ideas in the chat, down in the comments down below. And then I'm going to go in on Wednesday and I'm going to pull some of these ideas and I will make some commercials and put them at the end of the next
Could we
episode
just
after
do
that.
we should do it at the end of next episode, but we should do you creating them as a live.
We could do that.
Patreon.
We could do a Patreon.
And then our
or something.
reactions
You
can
come
be
over.
live,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
will show them like in completion on the end of the show.
That's
next
a good
week.
idea. You'll have to actually make time for a secret episode, Carrie.
What?
I tried to get him
You're
doing
the-
this week. He's like, no, I have to work and make money. I'm like, well.
Well, no, like I have like we were gone like 4 days last week spending
Yeah,
money.
Carrie won't even go to Disney with me tomorrow, Dan.
because I have a whatnot auction. I spent money this weekend. I got to.
I would never be able to go to Disney World ever.
Why,
And
Dan?
then Tuesday,
gotta work.
I just realized Tuesday I got a reminder about the locker room thing, so I'm trying to push that back.
What time are you
'cause I wanna
supposed to
go
do that?
Like at 8:15.
I don't ever do anything
I want
fun.
to
PM?
go to a movie. Yeah, I want to go to a
Yeah,
movie.
no, we
I don't
got
know why
movie
it's
night.
So I'm gonna figure out that.
Dude, just tell them that you thought they meant Central Time and show up an hour
Tell
late.
them we got to do a different time because I want to go to a movie on Tuesday. So.
What's even
What
out?
movie?
Hey, I went and saw Stitch today. I went and saw
That's what
Stitch.
we were seeing. Is that not what we're seeing on Tuesday?
No, I went with Callie tonight because you said no to playing Catan with me. Basically, my life is trying to get Carrie not to work. Come over and play Catan.
No, I
Carrie.
almost always do it, but like today, Dawn had, like I've realized this. Our work schedules are flip flopped, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you at like 4 or 5 makes.
I'm
Perfect
done
sense
working,
To go
yeah.
have fun. That is before I've started my work day, dude.
Well, you told me
So
you were going to start getting up at 8 every day. What happened?
and I did it. I got up at like 8:45 once.
So we need to just change your schedule. I'm done with
I
this.
know, I'm
Get up
working
at
on
8 every morning. Get to work by 4. It's fun time. Okay.
That's what it should be. Yeah, I'm struggling. But also, like, I can't do card auctions at noon, dude. Card people do nighttime auctions.
I
That's
do
how-
whatever I want.
Well,
You
Dave,
could do
you're a
super early card shows.
maybe.
I could try them. I haven't tried them yet.
Dave,
So,
I think you live in a place where you have certain rules with your auctions that, maybe I could do with cards because I have a pretty good card following, but you can do a lot of stuff because you have a big following, dude.
dude,
can
you
do
know what we
random
should
times.
see, Carrie? Is we should see Karate Kid.
Yeah, is that
That's
out?
out. Yeah, we should see that on Tuesday. Dan, you want to come?
Yeah, it's got that Ralph Macchio.
I haven't. The last movie I saw in the theaters was the movie Max.
Oh, the dead dog,
dog?
one?
Yeah.
The police
You know what
dog
they
or
need a
whatever?
remake? They need
Yeah,
to
it's probably
remake Mac and Me. Do you guys remember Mac and Me?
That was a great film. What about
Yeah.
McGee and Me? That was like the church
yeah.
cartoon.
What about McGee and
one.
Me?
Yeah, it was like a little cartoon you'd watch in Sunday school. You don't remember that one?
I don't
Someone's
remember that
remembering McGee and Me. Comment again. We're gonna get lots of comments, guys.
We had Mormon cartoons. They're slightly different.
Yeah, listen. Okay,
You
so
better not touch that Diet Coke because it's got caffeine. It had caffeine in it. In
so
this fictitious
Dan,
cartoon I'm
Dan,
making.
when are you moving to Florida?
Yeah.
I don't think I could survive Florida.
Bring
with
your whole family.
They're not gonna go.
Dan, when did you? Okay, so this is. I think we've talked about this, but let's talk about like when did Dan move out of the house? Before or after Carrie, age-wise? This is what I want to know.
Oh, I moved in. So the house I live in.
When did you separate from Mom?
I was 23.
Oh, he beat you, Carrie.
But there's a but. There's a
I
but.
lived in Mexico for 2 years.
There's a but.
I would never
Okay.
be able to do that. Well, it's because the house I live in, my stepdad originally bought. It was, and he remodeled it, and then I moved in with my brother.
Okay.
And then my mom bought the house, so my mom's my landlord.
Oh.
So like,
But how
I
far
pay
away does
rent,
she live
though.
now?
8 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Does that count?
you still moved out.
And
Well,
I was,
Carrie
look,
was
you
in
make
and
it
out.
sound like it was bad.
She
Like
did have to
because I
shake
was
me down for my
28 and I
money
wasn't paying
this
rent.
month.
My mom made me sandwiches. That's weird.
What kind of sandwiches? I think that makes a difference.
I actually just bought food at like a store.
Carrie, I didn't
bought my
even
own
tell
food.
you the rage bait that was the freaking Reseller Leftover podcast. Dan, I called Dan about this, but Carrie probably doesn't know. Did you listen to the
Was
latest?
it the one where? Yeah, I try not to. I've got stuff to do, and I've
So,
got, like,
so Joe asked a really poignant question
I'm
that
joking.
perfectly fits any reselling podcast. He said, how many pieces of cheese do you put on your grilled cheese? I think this is a really good question for a reselling
It actually
podcast.
is.
So, Carrie, what do you think the answer is? Because I know you don't cook; you just eat them. Like, what do you think? He can't have an opinion here. But what do you think the right number of slices of cheese are?
I use shredded cheese.
Oh,
my
that's weird. That is weird. Why would you use shredded
Like
cheese?
a cup? Use a cup of cheese?
No, because I always have cheese, dude. Because we're making tacos all the time. Shredded cheese, bro. We don't put
Cheddar?
slices of American. What are you doing? Slices of Kraft American cheese?
Okay,
Like a sociopath.
Let me make you a grilled cheese, Carrie.
Well,
But-
you better
Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Here's like, yes, I'll do that. Okay, listen. Kraft singles
I'm being serious.
Kraft
John
singles
uses shredded cheese.
are kind of trash,
I
in
don't
my
know.
opinion.
I don't
okay?
know how to make grilled cheese sandwiches on my own.
It's literally a piece of bread, some cheese, and another piece of bread. Although Dan
Then I
elevated
put
it,
in the-
which I
then
really
I put it in the
appreciate.
microwave, right, for 15 minutes.
No, you put it on a skillet with some butter.
I don't know how to do that.
Listen, here's the
I
thing.
do actually.
So Joe asked this question, a great question, and Dan had a wonderful answer. Honestly, it was like freaking ratatouille.
Nuance.
Dan's got like layers of flavor. He's like, well, you take the piece of bread with some butter, and then you put a piece of cheese, and then you put some ham and some more cheese, and then you put the bread, and you know, Dan's like an artist. Okay, he's a food
Yeah, but if
artist.
you put ham on it, it's not a grilled cheese sandwich.
It could be considered a ham
grilled
cheese.
ham and cheese
yeah, it is.
sandwich.
Okay, well, and that's a whole
They're
nother
different
point of
sandwiches.
That was
contention.
the question I was asking.
A peanut
too.
butter and jelly sandwich is not a jelly sandwich or a peanut butter sandwich.
Carrie,
it's a peanut butter and
Mike's
jelly sandwich.
answer was one slice of cheese, which is categorically incorrect. Categorically incorrect. And okay, so listen. Oh, we're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe he's talking boar's head, deli cheese, and he's asking him to slice it thick. So they, thankfully, Dan asked him and Joe asked him, like, break it down. Like, what cheese are you talking about? He said Kraft singles, guys. That's like the size of a V-Friend card.
Wow.
In between two slices
Dude.
of bread. Like, that is not a grilled cheese. That is two pieces of bread with a hint of cheese flavor. It really upset
That's
me.
wild. Does
Don't
he
watch
have
that
to,
show.
After he makes that, does he have to go back to his cell for the rest of the day? Is his
Honestly, it makes me think Rad Picker's right, and he's wrong. Rad Relics?
About what?
Not Rad Picker. Rad Relics. Don't get them confused. Rad Relics is right.
what did
I don't know.
Rad Relics say about
Whatever him and
Mike?
Mike are fighting about. I don't know. They're fighting about
Oh, yeah.
something. Yeah. So whatever they hate each other for,
One is
probably the grilled cheese.
One is for Dibbed It, and one thinks is for eBay, right?
Listen, I think if Rad Relics knows how many pieces of cheese go on there, I like him better. That's I'm sorry, Mike. Sorry.
It's true.
I did call Mike and
Or
yell
Mike.
at him. I called Mike and yelled at him. You know what? Let's call him right now. I want to see if he talked to his wife about this. Because my theory when I talked to him, I was like, you probably don't make your sandwich. You probably get your wife to make it. He's like, yeah, that's kind of true. So I bet he is eating more than one slice of cheese on the sandwich. This is what happens when Kevin's not here, guys. Sorry. If you want more terrible episodes, go watch our secret episodes on the Patreon or the YouTube Premium, as they
Kevin's
call
gonna
it.
yell at me for not keeping you guys in line.
He's not going to answer because I
It's not gonna
texted
happen.
him like an hour ago and he didn't answer. So he's probably...
What's he doing? He might be eating
probably on his deck, crying, smoking.
Tonight he said no, sorry, he doesn't have time. Wow, what a monster. Anyways, let me
said
know in the
no?
comments below. He just didn't answer.
dinner. Oh,
He just didn't
I thought he said no.
So I would say the correct answer is 2 slices of good cheese. I do think American is the way to go, Carrie. Have you ever had a grilled cheese with American?
I've had but American's kind of lame. I'd rather have pepper jack or like something with some like blue cheese.
Blue cheese? It's not. That's not even a melting cheese.
What about Munster?
Can you not melt blue cheese?
I don't know if you
I
can
don't
melt
even know
blue
that.
cheese.
Munster or Munster?
I'm just kidding.
Munster?
I've had American grilled cheese sandwiches, yes, many times.
Mike, just real quick, just one quick question. Did you ever ask Sam about the amount of slices of cheese on a grilled cheese?
Oh my God! This is what you're calling me about?
Yes.
I didn't even call
Yes.
you. But Sam said I'm an idiot. It's at least 2.
Thank you, Sam. I knew you were an idiot, Mike. There's a 15-minute segment in this Trash to Cash podcast about it.
Oh my God!
And you're live right now on Trash to Cash too.
Well, I'll tell you, my wife. She said, "Hey, it's 2 pieces of cheese, and I should shut up because I don't even make them." So there you go.
Finally, redemption. Okay, guys, you can go listen to that podcast, and you can turn off Red Relics then. All right, bye, Mike.
And subscribe.
Bye.
And subscribe, too. Tell everyone to subscribe.
Reseller Leftovers podcast. And, I think the name is fitting. It's about leftovers and mostly food. Mostly food, right?
Yes.
Oh, was it?
Well, we had to change the name.
I just do it
stole
keto nowadays. I just take a block of cheese and just take a bite.
I do that.
That's
I love
keto
cheese.
grilled
She's
cheese.
one of my favorite breakfasts. Just literally like some
That's what I'm saying,
when
man.
we were kids, we'd have
not-
the polio
yeah,
string
keto's-
cheese, right?
Oh, yeah.
They
I
still
don't know
make
what
that,
is.
Carrie.
I know what string
literally
cheese
just,
is,
string
but I don't know what
cheese.
polio
was the
is.
brand from our childhood. There was like a little guy
It's
with
an East
glasses.
Coast thing.
Yeah. But you do that, right? Just have some cheese for breakfast. That's a delicious breakfast. Keto and everything.
breakfast?
Yeah.
I don't like. Oftentimes, don't even eat breakfast.
Carrie hasn't
because I'm
even
not
seen
awake.
the breakfast hour in 6 months.
Really? I had French toast today.
Ooh.
But even when I get up in the morning, I'm not a big breakfast guy historically.
Yeah.
I'm not like hungry in the morning. Oftentimes.
Yeah. You're
That's
more of
good.
a late night snacker.
That is my problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
You
It's
have
like
snack
I can
attacks?
eat well all day. I can eat well, and then like 1 to 3 a.m. It's like I'm like I might pass out and I wake up with food all over me.
Okay, well, I want to see that. You should film it. That's a whole channel. You know those people that stream themselves sleeping? Like, I just want to watch Carrie binge until he passes out on a recliner. I want the
I've
hidden
gone crazy
cam.
today. I've had 2 bananas. I feel pretty good about myself. I feel like for every banana I eat, I get 1 to 2 Hershey bars.
Okay, so
I'm
we
joking.
didn't
I don't
finish-
eat Hershey bars, guys. That's a joke.
He's a Cadbury man.
Calm down, everybody. Cadbury man.
All right, so we didn't finish the review of Lilo and Stitch. Let me tell you guys unequivocally, it is mid, as the kids would say. It is incredibly mid.
Really?
It was so mid. I have nothing else to say. It was just meh.
Like,
Total
didn't need to be. All
meh.
these
Didn't
live
need to
action
exist.
ones just don't need to be made.
It just had no purpose. It was not better than the original. It was there was no real plot. It just
Yeah, what would
was
be
meh.
like? What would be the other than just cash out and make some money? What is the purpose? Like, if they were telling a different story, you could make that argument.
Yeah.
Or like if it's somehow better, which
Well,
maybe there's been
you
a
know what
live action one better. I don't know.
One of the biggest problems with it, and you wouldn't think Disney would suffer from this, but there's several times in the film, and you're going to see this, and you're going to remember I said this, and now it's going to annoy you.
No, I probably won't see it now.
I'm talking to the audience, Carrie. We have thousands of people waiting with
yeah.
bated
Hi,
breath
guys.
to hear this review.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so
How
there's
are ya?
multiple times in this film where they go to like pet Stitch or hug Stitch, and you can very clearly tell that, like, obviously he wasn't really there, so they're just, like, putting their hand out, and then in editing, they're supposed to make Stitch look like he's below their hand, because he's animated. He's not real, Dan, because aliens aren't real, as far as we know. And so, like, they're going to
I'd like
Pet
to talk
Stitch.
about aliens. Can we talk about aliens?
They're going to Pet
I'm very
Stitch, Carrie,
fascinated.
and, like, literally their hands are like this to the soda can. Like, they don't even touch him. And you're like, this is like
No,
$100
it's
million
because if you-
movie. They
did
should
you
be able
not
to get that
read any
right.
of the Stitch books, he has a very faint electromagnetic field around his body because he's from outer space.
Like a shield,
So they
like the
can't,
Enterprise.
Yeah, like a shield. So they're actually touching him, and
No,
he does
it
feel...
was just poor editing, Carrie. It was just crappy, lazy
Maybe you just
craftsmanship.
haven't got into the lore. Maybe if you were a little more educated on Lilo and Stitch, you would be able to talk about it. But right now, you're speaking
No,
out
you're
your
right.
butt.
Listen, here's what I'll say. I ordered a Spider-Man No Way Home
Dan
hobby
agrees
box.
with me, and he's
Dan.
also upset.
No, Dan's on my side here. I ordered a Spider-Man No Way
We should
Home.
just do this the whole time.
Dan's with me here. This is,
like we're about to get divorced, and we're trying to have Dan decide.
Dan, you want to stay with me, right? Not Carrie? You want to come
Yeah,
with Dad?
Okay, because you'll make me
Come
go
on,
cheese.
you want to stay with Mom, don't you, Dan?
You love me more. It's not your fault that we're splitting. I just want you to know that, Dan. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
I ordered a hobby box of Spider-Man No Way Home. You could potentially get what's that guy's name? Otto. Is that Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, yeah.
Tom Haberford.
I've sold some of those cards,
dude.
The like numbered ones.
They look cool. They look cool, and it's possible to get his auto. And based on my luck, I'm just assuming I'm going to get one. You know, it's just going to happen.
You might get Zendaya. Maybe.
Dude, that's probably an expensive auto, right there.
She might be in there. Yeah. I don't know if she has an auto in that. We got to check.
That's why I said Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong, because he's in that other movie with her.
Wonka.
No, the other one, Dust. Dust. Dune. It's Dusty, but it's
Dune, the one where he has a top hat and he owns a chocolate factory.
He sings "The Chocolate Man." I don't know the songs, but that was a cute movie. I actually liked it a lot. So Dan, what did Mom do to you to make you agree with me so much? Tell me all the things you hate about Carrie, basically.
Do you want me to?
I love that we're not giving up on the bit.
Carrie, what's the blue boxes behind you, Dan? What's in them? Yeah.
Shoes.
So this is your bedroom or your inventory room?
This is my eBay room.
Are we looking at your whole inventory?
No.
Like, do you have a death pile?
Not really. I have some stuff that's not listed. I'm trying to see. I'm almost out of stuff to list. I don't have anything to list. I have stuff that I don't want to list that I need to get rid of. But for the most part, I don't have a death pile.
How many listings do you have on eBay?
My clothing store has almost 12, like a little over 1,100.
Okay.
And then I have a card shop that I quit the store this month because I was selling like dollar cards and I don't want to do that anymore. So I closed the store, but I had over 800 cards listed, but I'm like decreasing it down to just selling try to sell better cards. And then making
That's what I've been trying to focus on too. So I get you.
I just wasn't. I don't know because I
Where are you sourcing your cards though?
I go to a card shop. I've been to a few card shows, but I buy lots on. I'll buy lots on eBay or like Macari or I think it's.
You should go to what is it? I think it's in your area in Indiana, Shipshewana. Have you heard of that card show?
No, I didn't until I've heard Tim mention it, and then. Gaby, I watched
one of these days. I'm going to go out there, and then you got to come meet me because that's a show I want to hit up.
I might go to Nationals. I might go to.
I'm a card guy now. I'm going to go to the Nationals.
Dave's going to end up. Dave, come to the Nationals.
Is there like a non-sports card section?
Oh, dude, there's everything at the National.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to open Bo Jackson Battle Arena cards? That's like
do Pokemon they have
and sports.
Bojangles Chicken Biscuit cards? Because I would totally break a box of those.
Bojangles might have done some cards at some point.
That
would
be fun.
Places.
I've never had Bojangles.
Oh, it's delicious, Dan. Dan, you need to do a Florida trip. You need to do a Florida trip.
Bojangles is pretty good. It's a problem. I have to be careful with
Bojangles. here's what I want to talk about because we've got Dan, the leftovers. They're always talking about food on their show, guys. You got to go check it out. They have a whole food segment, and if they don't, they should implement one based on this advice.
We usually talk about food.
Okay, so let's talk about Doritos because for some reason the Doritos options have exploded lately. Have you seen this? Like, no. I went to Walmart today. They had hot honey mustard. They had the pickle chips. What you got there?
Bojangles has NASCAR. Card. They did NASCAR cards.
I don't want to break those, though. I want to break Bojangles cards where you get like...
They're not like boxes.
You get like the Bo-Berry Biscuit Chrome Sapphire card.
Dude, that's actually not a bad idea. Like, get all the light... Dude, we got to keep this to ourselves.
Yeah, fast food cards. We got to
get the fast food cards. I'm not joking. With
Crunchwrap Supreme, like Prism...
like a super fractor broken like ice cream machine card. A 1-of-1.
A McFlurry, dude. I want the McFlurry die cut. Like, dude, I'm ready.
And they die, dude. First off,
good idea.
Here's the funny thing: there is a McDonald's All-American basketball card set that they have at McDonald's or at like Walmart and at the hobby shops. It's celebrating basketball, All-Americans, because they're sponsored by McDonald's. But there is a parallel in that set called the McFlurry parallel. And it's like the borders like McFlurries. So I'll show them to you. They're pretty cool.
One of the chases would have to be the McRib. Because like everyone's all excited when the McRib comes back. So you got to have like a gold McRib 101 or something.
Ooh.
Dude, this is a good idea. I would break those cards all the time. I told you, I don't know if you saw, Dan, I got Christmas story cards to break.
I heard you talk.
You get like a Ralphie auto.
That would be pretty cool. How did you find those cards?
Dude, there's a lot of fun cards that people like. There's a whole section. Carrie's been telling me this for years, but I finally decided to listen. There's a whole segment of cards that's actually interesting, unlike sports cards.
But you understand sports cards now that you understand cards
kind
in
of,
general. You just, like, if you're into something, it's interesting. If you're not into something, you don't know anything about
You know what
sports
I don't think I like about sports cards, Carrie, is the speculative side of it. Like, I'm not into speculation. Like, I find it just horrible, right? And
Me too.
but I think, like, so much of sports cards is like, oh, this person might be good. What I like about things like Stranger Things is 11's the best. Right, you know for a fact that the Chris Pratt is going to be the best card in the Guardians box. You know Zendaya would probably be the best in the. You know what I mean? Like,
first off,
that.
Will is the best.
Will, a lot of people. Will looks cool in the trailer, I will say, even though he's been terrible the rest of the seasons. In the trailer, he looks kind of cool.
Yeah, 11 is the coolest character. I like Dustin a lot, and a little bit Mike. Mike is the heart of the crew.
He's the heart. Well, okay, so the other thing about it is, like, sports cards, it depends on the person. Like, they could go to jail, and then your card has no value. Like, I mean, I guess that could happen to actors too, but it's probably less likely.
What I do collect is, like, it's all super personal for me. It's got to be Utah Jazz. It's got to be where I went to college. It's got to be those guys, and it's got to not be the ones that everybody likes either.
Yeah.
I don't want Karl Malone and John Stockton. I want John Crotty, Howard Isley. Shout out Howard Isley if you're watching.
But I think
want those guys. Antoine Big Dog.
The entertainment cards too.
Brian Russell. I love a Brian Russell card.
I feel like you don't need to have as much.
Jamie Watson. Shout out Jamie Watson if you're listening right now. Backup point card 95, 96.
These guys did not pay for these shout outs. I just want you to know. I'm billing them. I'm billing them all.
Theodore Blue Edwards.
$25 a month, Blue Edwards. It's coming. The
Greg
bill.
Foster. Adam
Basketball Man
Levine.
Keith. Anyways,
there's one person who's going to appreciate
I think there is cards that are non-sports that you have to have a lot of knowledge, like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or Dragon Ball, but, like, the cards that I'm liking are the ones that, like, are so easy to understand. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can buy the box of Christmas Story. I know exactly which cards are going to be good. If I was to be able to get, like, a National Lampoon's box, I would know I want a Chevy Chase auto, right? Like, that's why it's fun to me. Whereas with sports, like, I don't want to follow sports. I actually don't understand how Carrie knows so much about sports, but doesn't watch them. And he knows about every athlete. I don't know either. How do you do that?
I don't know. Like, I'm interested in the pop culture of sports, if that makes sense. Like, I'm reading about it, I'm studying it, but I don't really have time or interest in watching it, if that makes sense. I barely know who's in the NBA Finals.
But in his videos, he's like, this guy's a hot prospect.
Indiana. Indiana.
Carrie knows he's a hot prospect. He knows someone's playing well.
That's what I'm interested in.
It's weird.
That's what I'm interested in, that part of it.
But are you even watching their highlights, or you're just hearing people talk about it?
I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, so like top, like, who's hot right now, and then I'll watch their stuff sometimes. I don't know. I used to be heavily into it as a kid, though.
Okay.
And then as I got older, I kind of grew out of that, but I still love the card aspect of it. It's weird.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was at K&T, which is the local card shop, and this is interesting for everybody, I think. He had made a trade with somebody, and he got a one-of-one Leaf autograph of Chevy Chase.
Ooh.
You're going to like this. And Christy Brinkley.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
One-of-one dual autograph from National Lampoon.
I will say I'm, like, looking up cards hoping they exist. So I searched for Severance cards the other day. That would be sick. I would love Severance cards.
I could see it.
Like,
Severance would be awesome.
Yeah, they need to make more stuff like that. I mean, they make Game of Thrones, Dan.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Dan, what's your favorite show? And is it some, like, reality show? It's got to be well, no, I know it. Hold on, don't say anything. It's freaking Inside Edition. But after Inside Edition, what's your favorite show?
It's Unsolved Mysteries?
That one scares me. I mean, I have a bunch of shows I kind of watch. I mean, like, my all-time favorite show?
Yeah. Is it Seinfeld?
It's probably The Office.
Okay.
But Seinfeld, too. I like Seinfeld, too. Like, those kind of went in order.
Is there Office cards? That would be awesome. Like a Dwight refractor?
There should be. I need to find out.
They definitely have autographs in Leaf, but I don't know. That's a good question. I think The Office does have cards.
They should. If they don't, I don't.
And the quotes playing cards. You'd want to, like, search for what? The Office card.
There's definitely, like, a lot of bootleg ones. Like, they make them look like they got bootleg basketball ones.
Yeah.
Dwight Schrute. They made it look like a rated rookie from Optic, where Dwight Schrute, after he
That's awesome.
It's boot, but it's cool.
Andy Bernard. Anyways, I think like that sort of stuff. Like they need to make more of that. You know,
I would not be surprised with what Topps is doing lately if they don't end up doing that. There has been trading cards that they've made. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dunder Mifflin cards. Yeah. Anyways,
that makes sense though. That would be huge.
That's the sort of stuff I want. Is that? I mean, that's what I'm having fun with. They're coming out with a pack of Conan the Barbarian cards. That's like a pre-order right now that you can get, which is kind of fun.
The old TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking through like all the pre-orders because the problem is they come out and then the price skyrockets after they come out. So you have to kind of buy them like pre-order to really get the deals.
But oftentimes they
go the other direction.
Yeah, oftentimes, not all the time, but like a lot of times if you wait.
I guess it's more about predicting which ones will be popular.
Like one of the things people do in sports cards all the time is like Topps Series 2 baseball cards is coming out in like a week or so. So you get those cards, all the cards are going to be. It used to even be more pronounced a couple years back, but all the cards are going to have a premium that first week, the first couple days, and then it goes down.
Bro, they've got The Boys hobby box coming down the pipe. Did you ever watch that show?
I've seen scenes from it and stuff. I've heard about it. I know it's like a off kilter like
August 20th. Do I have to pay now?
Dude, Rod's the guy that pre-orders stuff. I'm not a pre-order guy. If it's like at Walmart or at my card shop, I'll buy it.
You gonna buy a case?
Rod is.
Yeah.
Rod's definitely gonna buy a case.
A case of what?
That's Rod's thing.
Everything.
He buys cases of everything now because I don't. Rod's made of money.
Congratulations, Rod.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, yeah, I need to figure out if they're gonna like charge you now for the cards, or if they charge you like.
I think they charge you now, but I don't know.
Okay.
Or they could charge you a percentage, but I don't know.
I'm asking ChatGPT. They authorize your payment when you submit the pre-order, but they charge you before the release date after reviewing your order. That does not answer the question.
So it could be any type of.
I'm going to ask it one more time. I said, so they charge me.
See, I would be scared they would authorize payment, take a payment, and then forgot they took a payment, and then charge me again.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what they... Actually, it is what they do. They will charge you later. So I might pre-order a bunch of boxes and then bounce my account down the road. Like, just in August, I'll all of a sudden bounce my account and be like, what happened? And that'll be the end of that.
Well, yeah, see if you can do this from jail then. You can do the show.
They also have a Rolling Stones box coming out. They have a Peanuts box, Carrie. $800?
Yeah, pronunciation's very important with that box.
Peanuts. Yo, they have a Twin Peaks trading card lot.
Who's buying that?
Dude, I saw David Lynch, the estate of David Lynch did an estate sale recently. Did you know that?
No.
And like you could buy like his original like film, like the film of like Twin Peaks or like different.
No. It wasn't that Twin Peaks, Carries.
No. I've been to Twin Peaks.
It's a restaurant.
It's great food. But no, it was the Eraserhead original film.
Ugh.
Could you imagine if you had the film reel of Eraserhead and you could just burn it to the ground? Who said that was a good movie? I don't even understand how objectively
that movie is horrible.
That was good.
I don't get it. It does not make any sense to me.
It was on my computer and I couldn't even see it. That's how bad the lighting was.
You get for the Twin Peaks cards, you get no, it is the show. Is it a show or a movie?
Dude, we have lost everybody, Dave.
I don't care. It's after an hour and 30. But no, what is Twin Peaks?
If this becomes no bangers, we're going to alienate
with Heather Graham. With Heather Graham, was that a show? Because it's got a Heather Graham auto card. Twin Peaks.
Was she in it?
Dude, it says 3 autographs per box. It must be a TV show.
They should do Austin Powers. Could you imagine Austin Powers?
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
There's Austin Powers cards.
And they do like the inscriptions, like a Mike Myers, who does number 2 work for? Inscription.
Dude, Hello Kitty cards, Carrie? Rambo cards?
Yeah. I think they're at Walmart, the Hello Kitty ones.
Buy all these cards and sell them on eBay. There's reselling.
Keepsake Steve. Dude, there's a Keepsake Steve McQueen box, Carrie. Kevin would like that.
Yeah, I opened like 2 or 3 of the Keepsake Bruce Lee boxes. And one of them literally had a piece of his reel-to-reel machine in the card.
Really?
Like they got it was a piece of his reel-to-reel that they just cut up. So it was like a piece of hard plastic. Weirdest like relic I've ever gotten.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was cool though.
They have a Tiny
Sold right
Tina
away.
from Borderlands pack that you can buy. That one seems like it would go down in price after. Like, that seems too
Probably.
obscure, I think.
Borderlands also, the movie flopped and stuff.
The game was great. Did you ever play the game?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit back in the day.
This is a good.
That sounds like a
episode,
Dave,
Dan.
like a Dave nerd video game you would have played.
Dude, me and
let's
Elijah
go play
played that whole
Borderlands.
game. We beat it. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Mega Man
Kevin will
trading
be back
cards.
next week, though, right?
What's that?
Kevin will be back next week. You can...
Yo, Carrie, they have a Pope Leo the 14th collector's trading card
Tops Now.
set.
No, the
I
Tops
haven't.
Now.
I
Tops
sold
Now
one on
did-
Digit Cards.
Oh, did you do a Tops Now, Pope Leo?
24 packs, 10 cards
Yeah,
per pack. People might like
Dude,
that.
They have a Pope Leo card that just somebody opened. It was a 5 of 5 red parallel because the Tops Now did.
Is he the new Pope or the old Pope?
He's the new one.
The new one. The American Pope.
Should I buy
He's
a
the
box
Chicago
of this?
one.
I feel like people
No,
would like
dude.
it.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you no, but what's in there? Is there Pope Leo relics?
He's got rod money.
There's 54 Rainbow Hollow parallel cards.
No, don't buy that.
There's numbered parallels.
think-
There's gold foils, orange foils, foil fractors. There's randomly inserted signed parallel artist
I'll
cards.
put it this way. Who's the artist though? It's just the guy's make. We're gonna do a doodle. Look, if you purchase that, we're gonna have to have a. If you purchase that, me, Rod, Tim, Dan, every week we're gonna have an impromptu live where we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a little intervention. You're buying Pope Leo boxes. You're having trouble. You just.
Yo, I'm telling you, I think those would do good. And they also have, okay, so tell me about the Marvel Topps Chrome, because
Dude, those are gonna go.
they're
through the
too
freaking
hot,
roof.
right?
Yeah,
Because
you're not gonna be able to make money on them right now.
it says you
probably.
can pre-buy the blaster box, and it's 54. Is that inflated?
Yeah.
That is
The
inflated
blaster,
already.
I mean, I think so, because typically a blaster would be 35 max, which
Okay.
is inflated from what it was 5 years ago. Those blasters used to be like $20.
Yeah.
So maybe they're upping it because the market, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're upping it because they've already gotten rid of the initial at the 35 level, and now they can. I don't know how that works, but
yeah.
like if I want to find a blaster of that at my local shop, I'm probably paying $80.
MSRP is $29.99. Jeez. So they're inflating it. They also have James Bond No Time to Die hobby box coming. That'd be kind of fun. So my pre-order cart's up to $2,000. So
Are you putting these in the cart?
I'm
right
putting
now?
these in the cart as I find. I don't know if I'm gonna buy them, but I'm putting them in the cart just for fun. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't realize introducing you to Dave and Adams was going to be such an issue. I thought you were just going to ignore me like all other card stuff.
cards are
that I've ever
addictive.
Talked to you about.
Yeah, no, I'm an addict now. All right, Dan. So, what do you got to say? What's your big final words for the podcast? Maybe you want to
For
promote
the resell
something.
community, the people who came, give the reseller nugget. For all the people who've been watching this nonsense for an
200
hour
years.
and 40 minutes.
200 episodes. This is your
What
moment,
is the
Dan.
one thing that's going to turn around their business, make Kryloff go away, turn the servers back on, and get the sales going? Go.
Topcommons.net.
Mike Metco, I'm here to motivate you. You do really good on eBay, and I'm so proud of you, and you are doing great. I want you to continue doing what you've been doing so that I can know what it's like to do good at reselling by watching my friends. Well, I just heard the news today. Jim Flipper paid to get a motivation. So here it is. You're doing the best you can. And that's good enough. I kind of guess. Go list some crap now. Under the moonlight. Put that stuff online so you can sell it fine. Go list some stuff now. Pretty please. I'll ask you nicely. Then I may get mean. What up, girl? Time to get motivated. I heard you've been listing on eBay. been listening on Antiquity. Woo! You've been doing so good. Keep doing it. You're doing so good. We love it here. We love that the lights stay on. We love that the food gets cooked. Keep on doing what you're doing, girl. You can do it. You can do it. 'Cause I can't. Guys, I don't have much time here. I gotta tell you this super quick. This is a detailed message from the future. Listen closely. Obviously, eBay's gone. Obviously. Allegedly. Also, not surprisingly, paulsmerch.com taken over everything. Absolutely everything in good ways. Still great deals. If you need just, like gumdrops and stuff, I'm assuming you can find them. But also, there's times Paul kind of pushes it. There's times he kind of pushes it because he's got that power at this point. He's got a lot of power. I respect him because of the power. But if I could go back in time, I would tell him to just, pull in the reins. We're just trying to make it here, man. But, yeah, eBay's gone, obviously, allegedly. But paulsmerch.com, I have to get back to our daily Paul's Merch announcement, so just stay tuned.
Whose merch? Paul's merch. Whose merch? Paul's merch. We're happy here. So happy. Paul's merch.